guys, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to make one of the recipes that came with my Gousto Box. And this time I'm going to make a typical dish from Brazil, call it Feijoada or black bean stew. And if you didn't see my previous video showing what's inside of the Gousto Box, here is the link. And today with this Brazilian pork belly, we're going to make this recipe for 4 people. So normally the ingredients and the recipe on the Gousto Box comes from 2 people, so you just need to double up the ingredients inside. And all of these ingredients are inside of the box, and here's the little hand of Richie. And for this recipe you will need, so just remember that inside of your Gousto Box comes all the ingredients measured and already prepared for you to start cooking. And we are going to use 4 people. We're going to use 260 grams of brown rice. Even the dry spices on the Gousto Box come wrapped. And here we're going to use 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 600 grams of pork belly. Remember, this is for 4-person recipe. If you're just 2, just use 300 grams. Inside the Gousto Box comes as well the cans that you're going to need on your recipe. So we're going to use 2 cans of black beans in salted water. And here we got my arch nemesis, which is the onions, or especially the red onions, which I cannot stand for, but I'm going to still use it. I still don't know if I'm going to use 1 of 2 of these onions, since I'm not really fond of onions at all, but I'm going to give it a try. And here we have the 2 green springs, which I'm going to roll each leaf, and I'm going to slice it so we can have strips of the green leaves on our food. 2 chicken stock cubes. I actually think that 2 are too much because I'm doubling the recipe up, so I'm just thinking about using 1, but let's see during the recipe. 4 garlic cloves that you can grate it, or you can just thinly slice it. 2 oranges cut in quarters. 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now the chili flakes are optional. We have here 1 teaspoon of dried chili flakes, but it's optional, so if you're not going to use it, it's up to you. I'm just showing it to you. I'm not going to put it because I have my little toddler Richie. 30 milliliters of red wine vinegar. And the only thing that you need to use from your home is the sea salt and the olive oil, which is not included on the recipe box, but we have this on our homes, right? Let's start cooking. So the first thing is to preheat our oven to 200 degrees Celsius. And we are going to pat our pork belly and just make like a crisscross pattern on it, like this, and with a very sharp knife. And we're going to season it with salt to rub it in on the crisscross path and in our pan, which is already hot. And what we're going to put is the fat side down and cook it for 4 minutes or until it's color or crispy. I'm just added a little bit of sea salt to this side because I'm going to turn the meat to the other side. So after roughly 4 minutes on the fatty side, I'm going to turn this and just let it cook for 2 minutes more. But don't worry, because this is going to the oven to get finished. we have seared the meat, we're going to put it in the oven. Just make sure you put tin foil on the baking tray, and it's going to be on the oven for 40 minutes. The tin foil is going to be full because of the juices that are coming out. After the meat is in the oven, we're going now starting with the black beans. So we're going to put our pan here, and we're going to add a little bit of olive oil, and this is going to be in medium heat. And I already sliced the red onions, so I think family and friends will be proud of this, and they are proud, I am proud, and let's going to use this. I'm still hating red onions, so, but hey, it's up to you. While the onions are being cooked, I'm just going to add a pinch of salt. And the onions are going to be cooked 6 to 8 minutes or until you see it's soft. Meanwhile, I'm going to start with the brown rice. I have already rinsed the brown rice in cold water, and I'm going to just add, well, I'm going to make the brown rice as I normally do at home. So I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to add the rice. So remember that for every cup of rice, it's 2 cups of water. And remember the stock cube that we had in the beginning on the ingredients. So I'm going to use one of the stock cubes for the rice. Mix it up. And remember that I'm duplicating this recipe, so it's going to be 4 cups of water because I made 2 cups of rice. Don't forget to continue to mix the onions so it won't start to grab to the end of the pan. Meanwhile, I have already sliced the greens and they are in strips, so I'm just going to put a little bit of hot water and leave it to cook for maybe 5 minutes. And now our onions are already soft, and we're going to add the chopped garlic. And add our smoked paprika. Add the ground cumin as well. And as spoken before, just add the chili flakes on this part. I'm not going to add it because of my son. Mix everything really well. And now we're going to add the already drained black beans. Give everything a very good mix. Now I'm going to add the second stock cube. And add the tomato paste. Give it a good mix. And finally add the red wine vinegar. Meanwhile, our meat is ready and I'm going to slice it. And here we go with the quarters of the oranges. Now everything is ready now to go to the table. I'm just going to take the spring leaves. And here we have it. Here is our sliced meat looking good. Now our black beans, our feijoada, looking also good. Our veggies, our green leaves. Here it is, already prepped, already on the table. So this is our Brazilian pork belly and black beans stew with greens from the Gousto Box. This is a recipe from Gousto. And I have a discount code, which I'm going to leave the links below and everything underneath. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give a like to this video, and see you on the next video.